Well, ladies and gentlemen, Nile TV International, and as we witnessed the signing of many memos of understanding between the two sides, the Egyptian side and the Turkish side, between President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi and the Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan, as they signed many memos of understanding in different and various fields like the defense sector, medical sector, services, foreign affairs, foreign trade, and which means new investments, social solidarity in sports, and many others. Well, to shed more light on this, we are delighted to be joined over the phone by His Excellency Ambassador Hussein Haridy, former Assistant Foreign Minister. Your Excellency, great pleasure having you with us.
Good afternoon. It's my pleasure, madam.
Well, great. It's such a significant state visit by the President of Turkey, Recep Tayyip Erdogan, in such a delicate time to Egypt, and assuming a diplomatic bilateral partnership and relations with Egypt. First of all, how you find the importance and the significance of the visit and in such time?
Well, I guess the visit of the Turkish President to Cairo comes within a regional tour in which he visited Saudi Arabia and held talks with the Saudi Crown Prince. And then he is in Cairo today in order to discuss a host of issues, of course. And the most important aspect of this visit is the convening of the second session of the Strategic Cooperation Council, chaired by both President, the Egyptian President and the Turkish President. And I guess in the context of the talks, various files would be discussed. Definitely the course of the bilateral relations, how to expand them in various fields, particularly the economic, financial, commercial, and investment-wise, and some regional questions that would be headed by the situation in Gaza, and how both Egypt and Turkey could cooperate in order to advance the prospects of turning a fragile ceasefire into a permanent one, particularly that the second phase of the comprehensive peace plan of President Trump has started. And then, of course, the situation in Sudan, and on the other hand, to review Egyptian and Turkish efforts to de-escalate the tensions between the United States and Iran.
Yeah. Well, Your Excellency, I'd like to have your take concerning the, to delve beyond the political and the enhancing the bilateral ties, of course, a diplomatic partnership. We delve below this, and I mean, concerning the heavyweight country of Turkey and also the heavyweight of Egypt, how they are supposed to be real heavyweight countries and main strategic pillars for maintaining peace and stability in the region.
Well, both countries do cooperate and on various questions. Of course, Turkey is a party to the well-known Sharm el-Sheikh Declaration of October 13th of last year. And Cairo and Ankara do work in the context of their, of course, membership in this group of countries, the United States, Turkey, Egypt, and Qatar. And also, they do cooperate in Sudan and Libya. And not only the bilateral efforts, but they're working jointly with other powers, international and regional powers, in order to restore security and stability in the Middle East and in North Africa, as well as Sudan and the Horn of Africa.
Yep. Your Excellency, and as you mentioned, of course, many regional issues or hot issues are supposed to be at the agenda of at the negotiating table of the both presidents. And first of all, of course, the Palestinian cause. Afterwards, Sudan, Libya, the issue in Lebanon, Syria, Iraq, Horn of Africa, and as you mentioned, coming over to the rising tension between the U.S. and Iran, and the expected expecting negotiations between the two sides in Oman next Friday. What do you expect out of such negotiations?
Well, are you speaking about Iranian-American negotiations?
The U.S.-Iran tensions and the negotiations of both sides in Oman on Friday.
In Oman or Amman?
Oman, Sultanate Oman.
Yes.
Yeah, it's supposed to be held in Ankara, and they are requested to be held in Omani, Sultanate of Oman.
Well, of course, speaking of Oman, been playing, yes, madam, has been playing a constructive role in bringing together or bridging the gaps between the United States and Iran as far as the Iranian nuclear program is concerned. We understand, we remember, or let me just remind your viewers that the comprehensive plan that was signed between the 5+1 and Iran back in July 2015 had been facilitated by the Omani authorities. And this, Oman is still playing this constructive role. And in this framework, the meeting, the scheduled meeting between, I understand, the Iranian foreign minister and the United States special envoy to the Middle East, Mr. Steve Witkoff, comes within such a context. And it reflects a will on part of both parties to work out an agreement that would avert further military escalation.
Your Excellency, Ambassador Hussein Haridy, former Assistant Foreign Minister, many thanks for being with us. And now, ladies and